All right. Hey, guys, we are live. It's Bitcoin Steven and the BTC Guru.
Hello,
How you guys
hello.
doing today? Hey, lots of good things happening. What's going on in the Bitcoin headlines and stuff today, Doug?
I don't know. Have you seen the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum? Everybody's like, it's crashing. It's not crashing. It's called a buying opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes to show you how powerful Elon is in this world. I mean, he even his stock went down after his little tweet saying that he's going to suspend taking Bitcoin for Teslas until the impact of the electricity drain of the world could be solved. It's an uneducated tweet. We have a video clip of Michael Saylor that basically answers it to the T, very technical, that Bitcoin authentication of transactions, it uses the wasted part of the electricity, doesn't affect the overall drain, all that stuff. That it's a myth, and it's been in fact, Michael in Twitter, he responded. I responded. I sent it to him. I sent the clip of Michael, and Michael says, "Hey, you just need to get educated here." That was an uneducated tweet, but it's just interesting. What happened is it scared the guys, the retail people like you and I, and the whales came in and have been buying at the lowest ever since.
Oh, yeah.
So gave them a buying opportunity.
I mean, Elon, he's a brilliant guy, and kind of wonder what he did it for a reason or not,
Maybe he wanted to buy some more. I don't know.
Maybe he wanted to go in and buy some more Bitcoin, maybe he just wanted to go in and buy some more so he can go in and say, we're not going to take this right now. And he can drop. I mean, literally the guy, when he talks about stuff, he makes the market move. But on the other point, and I think that's a really good thing, like Michael Saylor, no matter who you are and no matter how smart you are, you don't know what you don't know. Okay. Right. And you don't know what you don't know. And you may be a real expert in your space, whatever that space is. Okay. But there's other people out there that know things that you don't know. And that's what makes, masterminding and being the right kind of groups of people, being around people that know things you don't know, and that have talents and skills that you don't have. I mean, if you got two guys in the same room that got the same skills and same talents, I mean, how are they ever going to work together? They're going to be butting heads, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to have the right kind of thing. And it's just amazing, because, Elon Musk, man, when he talks about stuff, I mean, he just does move the market.
Yeah, he does. And I agree with a lot of stuff that he says, except for this one. He just wasn't educated. And I suspect that in the very near future, we're going to see another tweet from him saying, hey, I got educated. And, and he'll say something positive about Bitcoin. Whether they take it again, I don't know. It's really immaterial. There's still 4 trillion. I got, I immediately got text by a couple of close friends that are in the, what's going on? And I said, listen, there's still $4 trillion that coming into Bitcoin over this next 3 to 4 quarters. That's still happening. The adoption is still happening. MoneyGram announced today that they're going to allow you to acquire Bitcoin through them. And so that the adoption level is getting, the ease of adoption is getting easier and easier and easier. And the on ramps are getting easier to get into this world. And then once you're in, that's the hardest part ever is getting in. Once you're in, the world is completely, and we've been talking about this. That's why we're a little late coming on live today, because we were talking about this new digital world and how vast the opportunity is. It blows your mind.
Yeah, it's crazy. Most of you guys out there have probably heard of Gary Vaynerchuck. Used to have the old wine library TV and stuff like that. He's put up 10,200 NFTs, the non-fungible tokens, whatever this is called.
Yep.
And basically, I didn't really know too much about him. Watched a cute little video about it, and he's drawing these little characters, okay, and then attaching them to things. Let me give you an idea on some of the things he sold $20 million of these here recently, guys.
Wow.
Which is pretty scary, okay. But he's got one here that's which one is it? He's got one, if you want to go bowling with him, he's got the boa bowling. Okay. It's like a little boa constrictor that's drawn out, and it's you get to go bowling once with Gary Vaynerchuck for 2 years, once a year for 2 years. And he sold that for $20,000. Okay.
Wow.
And he's got another one here for consulting. If you want to come in and consulting with him right now, that one sold for 48 Ethereum. Okay. And you get 2 hours of consulting with him a year, 2 hours a year for 2 years.
Wow.
But listen to this. Okay. That sold for 48 Ethereum, which is about $200,000.
Right.
In 2 years, guess what? The guy who owns that, he gets to sell that because that comes with 2 years. The owner, the holder of that token, okay, gets to do that. So what Gary V did, that's brilliant, and this is why these smart contracts are so amazing, guys, is, I mean, he put a 10% resale, every time that's sold, he gets 10% automatically, okay? So this guy's thinking, okay, that $200,000 worth of consulting is going to be worth a lot more money in the future, okay? And he's selling it, and he's going to make a return on that investment. And, Gary V is just going to keep getting paid all the time. And, he'll have to go bowling twice a year for 20 grand, but,
Yeah. Ooh, wow.
So, it's crazy. He had this other one. What was it? The Checkers chicken. Yeah. The Checkers chicken. Okay. It's just a hand-drawn chicken, and you get to play checkers with Gary Vaynerchuck. $20,000. Okay. In EFTs is what it's sold for. So, it's really gets you kind of thinking out of the box. I mean, because what he's really trying to do is he's trying to put it out there for anybody out there that's got a real big audience and delivers good value to their people, to show them how they can create things that can really create money for you and goodwill, like in perpetuity. So pretty amazing stuff.
I've been watching a ton of videos and just trying to keep up and learn. You can't grasp everything that's going on in this industry. It's virtually impossible. And 1,000 of us can't grasp, and 10,000 of us can't grasp everything, which is great. That's why we need each other. That's the beauty of the blockchain is the more effort and energy that we put into it as a community, and the more the community grows, the more powerful the blockchain and Bitcoin is. And it's actually the selfish reason why Steve and I are doing this, because it only increases the value of it, increases the use of it, and it increases the adoption of it, the more people that know about it. So that's why we believe education is key. Even putting out tidbits on a daily basis like we're doing, and then providing a more structured educational process and product that we'll announce in just a little bit. That's why we're here. Education, and that's why I really believe Elon's going to tweet something in the very near future that he got educated, because you should see the Twitter saying this has been debunked 1,000 times. Elon, don't fall for it. And he's a free thinker, so I think he's going to correct himself.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that if he makes a mistake, he doesn't have a problem standing up and admitting that he made a mistake. I don't think. And again, part of me just wants to know, did he really, he might have thought that out on purpose,
Yeah, he might have. You never know.
You just never know with these guys, right? You just never know with these guys.
You wanted to buy on the dip.
Yeah, you never know, because they he's got to know, and whenever he does say something, that moves the market.
Hey, and people, there's people on his Twitter saying, "Hey, I just lost my only $5,000 I ever had, Elon. You got to repay me." I'm like, well, don't sell. Don't sell your Bitcoin when it does that. It does that. Go look at the charts. It goes up, it goes down, but it always
you have to sell it when it goes down.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, either hold on if you don't have any more money to put into it, or put a little bit more money into it. You don't make that mistake of basically
or go look up DeFi, okay? Yeah. And you can literally go borrow against your Bitcoin,
right?
And get some money and wait till the market goes back up, Yeah. I mean,
there's exchanges now that are coming out that'll basically let you leverage any type of asset, and you could buy any type of asset, a digital asset. Yeah. This is the future. This is the future of what we're dealing with. So the future's so bright for entrepreneurs right now. It's amazing.
It really is, and for the consumer out there, there's a lot of consumers that can't go to a basic loan and go to a bank and get a loan. You can't go to a bank and get a loan, but if you've got any crypto, you can borrow against that. Doesn't
Yeah,
no credit checks,
right, no
nothing
credit
like
check.
that.
Exactly. That's the
You
beauty
can
of it.
borrow against it. So it's like, hey, why sell when you get into a dip of a market? If you need cash, go ahead and just borrow against it and wait for it to come back up. And the rates that you get, very inexpensive, So
Yeah, compared to the gain that you're getting on a daily basis.
yeah, I've just been starting to look into really trying to understand the DeFi markets a little bit more. And the more that I look at it, the more you really start to realize that, the banks have always been, decentralized, centralized, right?
Right.
And now the whole world's going decentralized, and banks are having a real hard problem. That's like
Yeah.
crossing a big line to them.
Yeah, they don't want it to happen, but it's happening. So
Yeah, he's like,
they're going to resist, and put out FUD, which is negative stuff like what we're seeing today, to try to suppress this growth and suppress the adoption. But it's happening.
and a lot of the regional banks, right, Doug? Regional ones are kind of forcing their hand.
Exactly. Yeah. If you kind of read between the lines and read the articles that are coming out now about, we talked about last week, or it was about how all the major retail banks are going to offer basically Bitcoin services in their branches, and the big banks are being dragged into it, like what Stephen just said, by the regional banks. The regional bank says this is future. We got to go for it. We got to provide our customers what they want, and this is what they want. And the big ones are being dragged into it. They're still trying to control it. Well, obviously, they think they're big enough they can do whatever they want. It's kind of a new era. So it's more power to us, the people. So don't I'm not giving you financial advice. Do whatever you got to do, but hang on to your Bitcoin. Get more Bitcoin, and your future will be very bright, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. And learn about this stuff, guys, too, because there's so many things. I mean, before this COVID thing hit, okay, a little over a year ago now, we were putting on mastermind events. That's what we were basically doing. And, it changed our life on the things that we were able to do out there. Our world totally got shifted. Everybody's world's getting shifted. But the reason we were doing so successful with that is we were finding influencers out there, okay, that had big giant audiences, but really couldn't monetize it that well.
Right.
And then we'd say, hey, let's go put on a mastermind event and send out an email to all your people and go, hey, who wants to come spend the weekend with me and come hang out and do this and this and this? And next thing you know, we're selling a whole bunch of stuff. And, watching that stuff with what Gary V's doing just makes you think about, God, look at all the different influencers and people that are out there, right? That, you could help show them how to monetize and how to do this kind of stuff. If you learn how to do this stuff, guys, I mean, the sky is just the limit. The amount of people out there. I mean, what do you think Gary V paid to have all that stuff done? I mean,
it's pennies compared to the return.
He's already got 20 million in.
Yeah.
He's got returned.
Yeah, he's valued at it. Yeah, he's got his knowledge, which is what he's about. He's adding to that's what's given the token the value is the access to
his knowledge and the community that he's built. The community he's built. And that's the other thing that we want to show you guys to how to do here as we move along with this stuff and during the class and things that we're going to put on is how to really go out and build a community and how to leverage Facebook and YouTube and these things that we can leverage out there because we can literally go put on things for nothing now. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, you're probably like you, Doug, there was 3 TV stations. There was NBC, CBS, and ABC. I mean, that was all you had choices from.
Yeah.
And a few years later, a few decades later, I think Fox came into the mix, and then, but now it's like, then there was 600 channels, and now there's nobody's really watching the TV that much anymore. Nope. It's like, it used to be long distance phones used to be a business, and now that's not a business anymore. And I think banks are going to be running into the same kind of problem. There's going to be so much disruption in the marketplace because of the blockchain, and so much opportunity for the people that want to get in and learn about this stuff.
Yeah. The sky's the limit. It's the old systems is breaking down, and it's obvious. It's not working anymore. You can't grow the gross domestic product of United States or the world at large in the old system. In fact, if you look at the charts, the GDP has been going down every year. And to keep up with the printing of the dollars, you have to make about 15% annual interest on your fiat cash just to keep your buying power
look at all,
the same.
you guys are shopping. It costs more for everything right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everything's costing more.
15%, which is virtually the stock market doesn't do that. The only place you could do that right now is Bitcoin, and it's the only place. The cryptocurrencies with the big daddy Bitcoin is the only place that your buying power is increasing. You're not even staying level. You're actually increasing your buying power.
Well, and think about this. I mean, you get paid in dollars. Most everybody out there gets paid in dollars. Okay. And your dollars, again, they're not getting worth much. They're getting worth less and less and less. Okay. Where if you have Bitcoin, if you earn like Bitcoin, you could even go leverage that. I mean, you can go borrow against it. You could try go borrowing against the dollars you have. That doesn't work. Really? That's not secure.
That's a funny thing you just said, because it made a little idea, little light bulb right there. You can't put up, but I mean, banks really don't want your fiat money as security to loan you money.
That's
they want a hard asset.
They don't consider that collateral. Right.
Yeah, collateral, exactly.
They don't consider that a hard asset.
Right.
They want hard assets.
Yeah.
And
Bitcoin, you could do that with Bitcoin.
You can do that with Bitcoin. You can do that with the other digital currencies. I mean, that's pretty powerful. You can't get a loan against your money on money, but for the digital currencies, you can loan up to 50 or 75% of the value of those.
Yeah, go to nexo.io. It's where but it's one of the better ones out there. I've been following them for a while.
Is that one of the ones that also offers some of them offer debit cards and things like that?
In the U.S., they're finally, U.S. is there's so much crazy regulation that we're always behind the times as far as that goes. But yes, they're finally have been met all the regulatory stuff, and they're going to be rolling it out in the U.S. Europe, they've already been rolling it out. Now they're going to start in the U.S.
What's the address again? I'm going to post that in the chat.
Nexo, nexo.io. nexo.io.
Okay.
Yeah, great company. Been following them in this industry for a while. Always do your own research, check it out yourself, and
did you want to show that Michael Saylor video here real quick, or?
It's 12 minutes long, but I already put it in our comments.
Okay.
It's in there's 1 of 2 and then 2 of 2. It's 2 of 2, starting about the 14-minute mark, and watch it for 10 minutes, and it explains that the energy consumption is a kind of a myth, and if you want that answer, it's right there for you.
There you go. All right, guys. Here we got a lot going on to get ready for you. We're trying to have our our masterclass project, our Earn While You Learn project, be able to be announced to you tomorrow. So we're going to get back to work and try and get that all done. And we will see you guys all tomorrow. Anything else, Doug?
That's it. Talk to you guys again.
All right.